like to call this meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. McCausland, can you please take roll?
Mrs. Weiss, Mrs. Headley,
Here.
Mrs. Hoppy, Mrs. Janasek,
Here.
Mr. McGregor, Mr. Modrak. Here. Mr. Scalzo.
Here.
Mrs. Turner.
Here.
Mr. Christensen.
Here.
7 members present.
Thank you. First item on the agenda is a recognition of the music department. So, Dr. Walsh, you want to introduce this?
I'm delighted to introduce this. So this is a highlight for us in Bethel Park to have our music department honored on a national scale. They're one of just about 800 school systems across the entire country to receive this designation. And this is, we believe, more than 10 times in a row they've been honored to be one of the best communities for music education. And so I'm pleased tonight that we have members of our music department, both vocal, strings, and band members here to represent that faculty and represent the talented students who we are able to enjoy and shine, even like a night like tonight down at the high school, as we know that valuable role, essential role that the arts, in particular in music, plays in a student's overall development and educational experience. And in Bethel Park, it is one of the best. So I'd like to have the board join me in honoring, celebrating their designation as the best communities for music education for more than 10 years, probably, at least 10 years. And we were looking forward to 10 more recognitions because it's so well deserved. So thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll have, if we could, have the board, Mr. Christensen maybe join our members of the department who are here tonight for a picture so we can make sure our social media presence has that proudly.
We have to solidify it in social media.
Yeah,
Cement it.
right, because nothing's true until it shows up on Facebook.
Yeah,
What's that?
you gonna get up there?
No, I wasn't planning on it. No, I don't.
Yeah.
Get up there. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. Unless you want to sing for us.
I know.
I don't want to steal the mic, but did you want to say anything, Mrs. Glover, or members of your department?
Just thank you for taking the time to.
And I just want to recognize them. I just want to recognize them all because some of these in the audience were dealing with fourth graders at 7:35 in the morning this morning as they walked into the high school for practice. So herding everybody into the auditorium with all of their instruments. It's been a long day for you, and I know there's a concert tonight too, so congratulations.
I just want to thank all of you for your dedication and time. Our district could not be as awesome as they are in music without each and every one of you and your dedication, so thank you.
And, the students remember this also. I went to school in Minnesota, and we had a fantastic music program, band. And it's still one of those things you look back, and it's like, wow, it actually taught me a lot, you know, even though I don't play the tuba anymore. But
Oh, you play the
But-
tuba? I got drums going on in my house right now.
you know, it's one of those things that, you know, when obviously to be good, everybody's working hard. All the students are working hard, the parents, and that teaches people things that you have to work hard, and it takes a long time, especially playing an instrument. It's not something you just go out to the mall and buy and get instant gratification. It's years of work to become good, and that plays so well in the rest of life. So. I was an all-state tuba player in Minnesota. Yeah.
Wow. Pictures,
Yeah.
pictures. Let's
But,
get a tuba. Next week.
Since my first career choice of being a polka band player didn't turn out, so I settled for this.
Although you had a magnificent faculty concert, had we known.
Next year. Pencil 'em in. First chair.
Only chair.
Way in the back, but that's the first chair way in the back.
Thank you.
No, thank you guys for all your hard work.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to announce executive sessions that we held on April 9th, April 10th, April 16th for personnel, other legal matters, and to receive information. At this time, we will open it up for public comments on agenda items, and let me read our policy since it's relatively new. Oh, there it is, yeah. We've come to the portion of the meeting providing an opportunity for public comment. The board follows the procedures established in policy 006.3, public comment on board meetings. This time is designated for district residents and taxpayers to comment on the items listed for action or deliberation on tonight's agenda. All individuals wishing to comment this evening must have signed in online or on the sheet provided in the back of the room and completed the information specified. Please preface your comments by announcing your name and, if applicable, group affiliation. No longer do you need to specify your address. Each statement made by a commenter will be limited to 2 minutes, and the public comment period is limited to no more than 30 minutes. Any public comments? Any online? Let's move into the committee portion of the agenda then. Mr. Scalzo, can you take the items under the curriculum committee? Let's discuss those and decide which ones move to the consent agenda for next week.
Okay, we have 8 items. 1, elementary grading system. Number 2, approval of the 24-25 budget allotment. Game coding course proposal. Adoption of new anchor text. Proposal for funding of field trip. High school theater arts course. Adoption of AP psychology textbook. And elementary language arts program. Any board members have any questions, or if the administration would like to explain any of the items?
I'll jump in before we get to questions that everything here came from last week's curriculum committee meeting with the board. We had presented on all these topics, spent the bulk of our time really on item 8, which is the English language arts program adoption for K-4. Item number 8 still has some negotiation with the publisher on costs. They did come down on shipping, which we have an updated quote from them on shipping, and have promised that that shipping price would cover all of the years of delivering materials. All the second, third, fourth years handbook, workbooks, and so on would be already included in that price. So it seems like a steep number, but it's actually 5-6 years worth of shipping. We have not gotten a revised quote with the new kindergarten numbers. So what you're considering tonight will be a little bit higher based on those additional numbers that we have asked for them to update their quote. We haven't gotten that in there yet. Everything else came from curriculum committee, and so if there were specific questions, I did want you to note that updated quotes there.
Anybody have any questions? Any further questions?
I only have one. Do we want to hold this CKLA out so the new numbers come in? Do we have to?
Maybe we could leave it off the consent agenda if you want to vote on it separately.
You could, yeah.
If you want to do that, you can do
I
that.
just didn't know what were revisions and adding it in Megan more.
Will we have any updates to the quote? I mean,
Yes.
it would make sense to hold it out only if we don't have a final proposal
Yes.
from them. If we have the final quote, it should be probably voted
I-
on separately.
Yeah,
because it's-
that's fine.
it's
We
kind of-
don't,
It's a revised
the
item.
motion doesn't even have the dollar figure in it at this point because we're still waiting for that updated number.
Okay.
So the motion even has to be tweaked before next week's approval.
Okay,
Okay, then I would ask to hold out number
Yeah,
8
just
just
hold
for
it out.
financial reasons.
yeah. And then, is there a way that we could attach to this agenda parts of the overview or the overview that we saw so that it's for public content? Because just to make it easier for people to see a little bit about this program, because,
Yep.
you know, I found it to be pretty
Maybe the
exciting.
PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We can put anything and
Attach it to
everything.
the agenda.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions on 1 through 7? Well, I would like to recommend 1 through 7 to be moved onto the consent agenda.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Everybody okay with that? Buffy, can you take Darren's item since he's not here today? I think they can all go on.
Sure. There are 3 items under Personnel Committee. I move all 3 to the consent agenda. Do you want me to read them? It's an acceptance of resignation, appointment of personnel, and approval of a job description. Any questions?
Yes, maybe the one just for Dr. Walsh. I mean, you pitched this to this. You pitched this to us last week. The third item here is related to the 8th item up above in curriculum. This implementation coach. Maybe you can just talk a little bit about
Yeah,
purpose.
for sure. Thank you. So this actually does go along with the proposal that the board is considering to adopt the new English Language Arts program. We've been having conversation recently about the value of coaching as a form of professional development, as a strong, effective form of professional development. And we have every intention and expectation that this program will need a strong implementation plan and strong support through training and ongoing coaching. So we're asking the board to consider, as a part of the adoption, a full-time implementation coach, one of our better teachers, preferably somebody who piloted the program, to come out of the classroom for a year and to work with teachers one-on-one, small groups, building by building, to ensure their complete success and satisfaction with the delivery of this new program. And what the motion asks for here is to approve that job description. We got some feedback from the board last week, as well as input from our administrators on to put together the best possible structure for this job. We want it to be completely devoid of any evaluation. It's entirely about supporting, coaching, encouraging the best from our teachers. And that's really a new and unique feature that we're excited to bring forward.
It's really important for some of the priorities that we identified in the strategic plan. One of them being that we have, consistent curriculum, instruction, and results across all classrooms and buildings. So regardless of what room you're in, what building you're in, every student receives a consistent set of instruction.
Yeah, I'm pleased to add on to that comment. We had a great conversation this afternoon with our federation. We'll be bringing a memorandum of understanding forward to the board next month that codifies the relationship that this position would have with the CBA and with their concerns that they would have about getting that person back into the same position in the classroom. But really, the point in telling you all that is that they were extremely pleased that we would be taking this additional step to support the implementation and to support the teachers who will be but be the ones responsible for making this program work its magic.
Everybody okay with those 3 items going on the consent agenda? Ms. Turner, can you take the 6 items under finance?
Yes. The first one is April 2024 salary and bills. The next one is March 2024 financial report. Number 3 is budgetary transfers. Number 4 is acceptance of a Bethel Park Education Foundation grant. Number 5 is payment for the new K-5 elementary school in the amount of $51,575.77 to draw a collective. And number 6 is information only. It is the latest financial reports for Fund 31, Fund 32, and Fund 39. So I'm going to move 1 to 5 to the consent agenda without objections.
Everybody okay with that?
Yep.
And, Kim, since you had policy committee last, can you just, I think that this is 3rd and final reading, so this automatically goes to the, well, unless anybody wants it withheld. But.
Sorry. The revision to 707, which is the use of facilities, for the 3rd and final reading, so I would move that to the consent agenda for next week also. And this is the one that we've worked out with the municipality and for use of facilities.
Okay. Under other, so this is for the PSBA assembly. Ms. Janasek, are you on the line? Are you aware of us? Do you want to walk us through this?
Sure, I can take that one. So this is the selection of the voting delegates for the 2024 PSBA Delegate Assembly. So we can appoint up to 3 individuals to attend the assembly, which helps set the legislative priority for the Pennsylvania School Board Association. I've attended that the past 2 years. Anybody wants to join me, they're welcome. There is a Zoom option. You can go to Mechanicsburg if you would like to do that. But there is a Zoom option, and it usually runs from 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning till about noon, sometimes earlier. So it's Saturday, November 2nd, and I'd be happy to be the PSBA delegate. And again, 2 more people can become delegates if they would like.
So if anybody's interested, I guess, Ms. Janasek, can they just email you and then you can?
We do have to vote on it as a board. It has to be on our board agenda with a vote recorded.
Right.
But we do have through August. So yeah, if somebody wants to email, and then we could circle back around.
Yeah,
Or
if
if
could
they
just-
want to do it this week, you know?
Yeah, if they could just reach out to you with their interest, and then we can put the 3 names, if it is up to 3 names, on the agenda. But does this have to be voted on now, or is this?
It needs to be voted on and back to PSBA by the end of August.
Okay.
So I would suggest that we do it in April or May, just to get it done with. We could go to June, but it doesn't have to be next week.
Okay, maybe, would everybody agree with that if we just push this to May, since it's not urgent?
That's fine.
Take a look at your schedule, your interest level, if you want to go to Mechanicsburg or attend over Zoom. Take a month to think about it.
I did it several years ago, and Mrs. Rule and I did it over Zoom. So it is very possible to do over Zoom.
Okay. Okay. Good.
So then I guess we're asking that that be held out and tabled?
Yeah, tabled until next, and pushed till May.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we have to actually make a motion?
No, I don't think so. This is just discussion.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All righty.
So we're again back at the point of public comments. It's time for the second comment period. This time, commenters may speak about items of concern or other matters involving the school district. Each statement made by a commenter during the second comment period will be limited to 2 minutes, and the second comment period will be limited to not more than 30 minutes overall for all comments. Any comments? No? Any board comments?
I guess I'll just second the, music appreciation. Bethel Park has a strong music program from 4th grade on. Even community members who are grandparents come to these events. There are many choral and orchestra and band concerts over the next 6 weeks before school ends. I would encourage you to attend. These kids are amazing. Not just the musicals we do and not those productions we do, but just to sit and listen. 4th grade is a little rough. Trust me, I have it going on in my house right now. But it's still very good and very amazing to see what they can do. So encourage more than anything.
Any other comments? Is there a motion to adjourn? Motion. Second. All in favor? Opposed? Meeting adjourned.